What's up, guys? So, welcome to EOW episode 8. That is the end of week. Um, this end of week will be the first time I'll be on YouTube in terms of me recording my weekly results and analysis. All the trades that I've taken so far for the week using the Ohene sweep model. So, this is a model that I've developed and I'm trading. I'm currently funded, and this week was my drawdown week. So let's get into the video. Now, for this week, I had a margin call for the first time. Now, I didn't know that the account that I was trading, that is, it was a 10k account that I was trading. I didn't know it was a trailing drawdown. I took the account to 10,060, 10,687. That is January ending, and then I went into losing streak, into this kind of losing streak, and then I lost the account at 879.63, which I didn't know. I didn't breach the 10% drawdown, but I lost the 10k. And then this is my live account, my funded 5k account, which went in drawdown, as you can see this week. From uh, this week, you could see massive drawdown on my accounts, massive drawdown. That is from 16th, massive drawdown. And this was the drawdown event notification that I had. And so, welcome to my first losing streak for 2026. This is my first losing streak. Now, this is how the week looked. I took a loss, and then another loss followed again, 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 right here. Then Friday, that was yesterday, we had a winner that I wasn't able to take. Well, it's my first losing streak since I started trading this model. Even though I have backtested it, I wasn't able to take the sixth trade because of some personal reasons. I was at work and my boss was like, I should be in a meeting without a phone, so I wasn't able to take the trade, right? So this 2026, you could see that 2026 we had 5 losses in a row. So going into this week, I always predicted on my Instagram uh, handles that I was going to go into a drawdown. So in the drawdown, I casted my mind to data in 2024. In 2024, we had a lose, 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 lose scorecard. Now, we lost 6 trades in a row in 2024. And so I know my highest losing streak should be 6 losers or 6 trades in loss. So when I entered the losing streak, I went about 4. I knew we might take 6 or more, you know. So I didn't risk, leaving the meeting. That is my 9 to 5 meeting, and then going to take the trade, right? So I kind of was very skeptical. So you can see February 2024. This was the scorecard. In the last 4 trades, we had lose, 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 lose. That was 4 losers. And then when we go to the next month, the next 2 trades was what? Lose, lose. So this is data. I heavily depend on my data, right? So if I go back, you see how lose we had what 4 losses, but that February ended with 6 out. March also we had these 2 losses, right? So making it 6. So comparing it to this month, we had uh, 5 losses and then 1 win, right? So it has similarities. So I lost 5 trades in a row and I didn't panic. I wasn't really panicking because my data already showed it will happen. So 2024 data showed 4 to 6 losses in a row, which was normal, and the system still ended up profitable. But I wasn't profitable this week just because I missed 1 trade, right? I had evidence for my trading channel. That is why I didn't panic. Similar drawdown between uh, similar drawdown has happened before, and my risk reward is like 1:2, 1:3. And after every winning streak, guys, there is a losing streak. We should have this in our mind. After every winning streak, there is a losing what streak. And so the real test during anybody's drawdown period is the trader's ability to not increase lot size. As you could see, if I go back, you see that I maintained my what risk. I was risking 0.5 1.5% throughout. If you see $80, it means that it was slippage, mostly slippage. This week I was just dealing with a lot of useless slippages on the 5k account, and also not skipping valid setup. I didn't skip a valid setup. I took all five losses, and then the sit one I wasn't able to take it because of circumstances beyond my control. And you could see during my odd drawdown, I did not switch my strategy going to trade another model, any other model. I stick to the model. And also I didn't increase my risk. I didn't feel like, drawdown, I've lost 4 trades, the next one let me put 2% on it or 3%, maybe to be a winner. No, I stick to my drawdown risk model. So this is my drawdown risk management model for a 10% max drawdown uh, challenge or pro firm account. Now the first trade, I'm going to risk 1.5 and lose 1.5. Second loss, I will risk 1.5 and also lose, that will make it 3%. Third loss, I'll lose another 1.5, and that will be -4% in drawdown. And then the fourth loss, I'll risk another 1.5 again, making it 6 -6% in drawdown. You see, the first 4 trades will be my static risk. I'll be risking 1.5. But once we enter the fifth trade, so this week the fifth trade, I risk 1%, following this model. This my fifth trade loss, I risked 1%. So the sixth trade, I would have risked another what 1% again. And then I'll be, if it was a loser, I'll be in drawdown forward -8%. And then the seventh trade, normally the seventh trade is going to be a winner, which will bring me back to 6%. I'll have to get 2 wins in a row in order to come back to 1%, 1.5%. So you see, I even have a model for my drawdown. I know when I'm in drawdown what I'm going to do. Every strategy will go in drawdown. Every strategy in this world, every strategy in this world will go in drawdown. And so the lessons that I learned is that I traded my data, not with my feelings, and I know my max losing streak. My max losing streak is 6, and this happens once a year. And I thank God that it has happened in February, so that I can have the next 10 months to trade. Right? So this happens once a year. And also, you should know your true win rate and your expectancy. I expected this week to be a losing streak. I don't know how, but data showed it, right? Data showed it. So that is um, all I have to say concerning losing streak. And so let's go into the charts. Let's look at the value losses that I took and the trades that happened. All right, so let's go to trading view. Let me use another this. Okay, let's stick to this. So I'll be breaking everything down, every loss down. So the week started on 16th. I was coming in from a very good week, and then I predicted a losing streak because of how good the week was. So now when we come here on Monday, now Monday I was looking for buys. Why? Because we had C1 C2 sweep. That is, this is our C1 candle, and then we had C2 candle here sweeping, right? And so I was looking for buys in the session. So when price came, I come to the chart at 12 normally. So at 12 I was on the charts looking for buys, and you can see this trade that came up. Explaining this trade, we had price coming here giving us what a double what bottom what sweep. Now go over this. There's a space between what, there's one space, that is one candle separating the low and the low here. If I go on the 15 minute, this will look very clear to you. Because I've been able to master this and trade this for so long, I'm able to spot this on the 1 hour. That's the sweep. Have been trading sweep for since 2022, guys, and it's 2026. 4 years of trading what sweep, the sweep model. So I know how to look at it at the 1 hour, and I like to be on the 1 hour for my entries because of my work, right? So this is what happened. Price moved a little bit. On my way to work, I hit SL, right? I hit SL. So once I hit the SL, that was it for the day. I'll take another trade, and so I took another entry off the sweep, external sweep here, and so this was my entry here, and then my stop loss was at the low here, very big stop loss, which I was confident about that I'm going to win. But since it was a losing streak, this happened. A losing streak week, this happened. So I just took it in good faith, and I alerted the team that, I'm sure we might be entering our what losing or streak. And so if I go to the daily again, the next day we weren't really looking for anything. We were looking for buys, sorry, but we didn't get a trade that day. So I'm not really going to be trading that. I'm going to be waiting for the next beautiful day. This very beautiful candle that I really like to trade, right? You can see how beautiful this candle swept the low of the previous day candle. And so I was looking to buy the market once it's 12 a.m. So 12 a.m., around 12 a.m. GMT, we had this sweep, and then I set my buy stop here. This candle was not a retrace candle, and so I set my buy stop here, and I entered off it. So I got tagged in, flew in profit a little bit, yes, and then to straight to stop loss. So once we hit stop loss, we also came in here, and I saw this sweep point movement here. If I go on the 15 minute, that area that I've marked out will look cleaner as a sweep point here. I've been doing this for so long, so I'm able to see this. So I took another entry here, right? I placed my stop loss at the order block entry here. This was an order block entry, so I'm like, if price comes to the order block entry, it means I've been invalidated. So I take two trades every day, so then price went in profit, and we got invalidated with this big candle. So coming in the next day, I was so confident also about this candle. This is a sweep candle, right, giving us C1 sweep at the C1, the C2 sweeping the C1, and so I was looking for continuations, very simple continuations. And so this happened, but then we had an engulfing candle by us. An engulfing candle means that we'll be looking for what price to continue. We're saying that sellers have more momentum to the downside, and so there will be what more sellers the next day. And so this was my entry. I had a simple sweep point here. If I go on the 15 minute again, it will look very simple to you guys, right? As you can see, the sweep point here. So I'm able to see this on the 1 hour without going to the 15 minutes. And so this was a sweep point for me. Price came there, and then had this trade here. And so we had this trade here, and my stop loss was the entry of the imbalance here. This is an imbalance area, and so I took my trade here, and I put my stop loss here, and then the trade got what invalidated. Now what I will do is what wait for what price to give us what a sweep. And now why didn't we take this trade, take this as a sweep? Because you can see the wick here of this candle, the wick of this candle. Now let me play this. This is also a sweep of the fair value gap sweep point. Now the wick of this candle did not sweep. You see, the wick of this candle was more than the wick above, right? If the wick above was more than the wick below, we would have taken the what trade by putting sell stops there. So we had to wait for the next week, and you can see that the wick here, okay, the wick here was more than the wick here, right? And so this would have been my trade, my winner for the week, but I didn't take the trade because of the meeting I was in. The meeting was exactly 8 o'clock. I was looking at the chat, rushing into the meeting. I was told that no phones allowed here. I should pay attention and all those things. So that is why we are taking this journey to leave the 9 to 5, guys. So uh, it's just unfortunate. This is just one of those days, right? That I'm not able to take. I've been able to take every trade since January till now, and this was a very big, miss due to circumstances. There are things that we won't be able to control as a trader. You can map out your data and see how we made $1 million and all those things. But there will be days that you feel sick. There will be days that you won't be able to trade. And those in Africa, there will be days where your network is not working, light off, you don't have gadgets and all those things. But all we need is 36 hours for the year and we will be profitable. Just 36 hours for the year and we will be profitable. And that is very easy to catch. So that is it for the week. Uh, for the week ended up in a -2 hour. That is, we lost -1, that's -2, -3, -4, -5, and then a 3 hour, making it a -2 hour. That puts us 4% overall in February. If I go to the start of February, you see how this has performed very well, right? You see all the trades were taken, and I'm going to break them down with actual proof and everything there. So we have 3 hour, another 3 making a 6, and then -1 making a 5, and then 8 hour, so 8 hour, and then we have what, 9 10 hour. So 10 hour we had -2, so that puts us 8 hour. Overall I have taken 4 hour because I used 4 hour to pass my challenge, and then 4 hour uh, to trade now, and I've lost -2%, but I'm actually down like 7.6% as we speak. 7.6% as we speak. So next week I'm going to be risking 1% and another 1%. If I get two losing streaks next week, it means that I've blown the account. But I actually want to trade 10k. I actually want to buy 10k at the end of the month. To trade, because I had a conversation with a friend on how 10k can really change the life of every, you know African. 10k and making 5% every month is doable. That is $500, and no African with a university certificate is being paid $500 even for a month. And so making $500 for a month, that's crazy. So there's no need to be pushing for 100k, 200k, 300k. Well, we are profitable traders. We have consistency, and all we want to do is what rinse and repeat. But now we have to push for freedom. We have to push forward freedom first. So this is a simple strategy. I'll be coming back every week to give you how the week ended, and also I'm going to be giving all this for free on YouTube, guys. Stay tuned and let's trade the Ahene sweep model. Bless, guys. Boom.